while since I had to run a Zoom.
And
Okay.
that is good because the last time we didn't record everything. So
Yes. Yeah.
that
So,
is good.
so if
Thank
you
you.
all check the yes, and then we can say hello to our classmates who aren't here, and we shall go on. So Millie wanted to go first because she's just so enthused over this.
Mhm. Well, can I do a sitting or I need to stand up? This is what I create. It is a little big because I couldn't get rid of my talking about my spiritual journey, which is part of the process. So everything in the center here is starting with my name, see? And then this is an owl because give me wisdom and I really like owls. And then talking about my spiritual journey that started at Unity Village, my first trip that I went to Unity Village for my SEE classes, and then the garden there, and then how I've been gaining experience and awareness in knowledge for me at the end to recognize that whatever I hold in my mind is what's gonna be manifested in my life. So I need to be aware of my thought in order to change and modify, in order to be fully present with the flow of life. And then right here, I learned through that process, starting my spiritual journey, I learned to let go, but at the same time, I feel free. And that's why I use affirmation. I feel free, go with the flow. But you know, I say go with the flow, but I like to add to that steady flow. Not, you know, so live in the moment, but with a steady flow. And then this is my story. That's why I put the word of the story, because I've been learning in the classes that starting with story is good. Storytelling is one of the tools that as a teacher I can use, you know, and to captivate the audience. So that is, and then I say spiritual awakening. I gained that through my spiritual journey. And then I need to be ready to renew my thought in order to start the new beginning. Now I can go to as a teacher and as a minister. So right here, I gained the awareness. Yes, I went to Unity Village, but I started at Unity of Fort Lauderdale. That's why it's on the top. So through this process was that I developed my spiritual practice, which is useful from now on, and I can empower and encourage others for healing, harmony, using affirmation, trusting the source, that there is only one power. I trust, and by doing that, I renew. So others can learn how to renew. So in this area over here, is my participation as a teacher and here as a minister, but they overlap because I see here oneness and everybody getting together, adults, children, different country, and using different things, you know, facilitating them different activity based on what they like or they want to engage, and including the technology. That had been a real challenge for me. And I know that I had to do the transformation or evolution to what is. So I need to be aware of the technology. I have to embrace it, you know? So through being as a teacher, I had the opportunity to teach classes and share with others my story. and letting them know things that have been helping me be like a kind of role model. So, but in order for me to do that, I need to work with my heart, be compassionate in order to be kind and understanding, flexibility, and letting go my personal belief for not to interfere with their growing process. And then here I put finding yourself in transition because this is one of the classes that I'm planning to teach. And then I say, the resources that I'm going to be using in that specific class. But the same principle apply with any class. I need to have objective and that kind of thing, the resources that I'm going to be using, right? And then I do not limit my interaction with people in the community or my spiritual community. I still connected to Silent Unity because I use that as a resource when I cannot give them a schedule. They think that I am 24-hour available to pray. I set my boundary and I use Silent Unity. It's been very powerful for me and very resourceful. And then I don't limit my space where to go. I put here Canada, the Caribbean, Egypt, because thinking about the Bible, maybe one day I can go there. And, so I never was thinking that I was going to be able to travel all the places that I have been. And so I don't going to be limiting myself. So I think that Egypt is a very good area to go. I still have my heart here. And then I say, when I do that I teach, I am opening to show different possibilities, an opportunity for them. And that is, it is in my heart. And then I encourage them to have them in their heart. So by taking classes, they grew up the same way that I've been growing up. And then I say, living one day at a time, because each day I meet every situation with faith, one day at a time. And then I have an affirmation here that I say, I pick the word joy, and I say, joy is the laughter of God, and joy is the habit and habituation of the heart that abides in God's love. And then I have a scripture related to joy that say, the light is with you. And it is taken from the book of John 12:35. But in order for me to do that, I spoke about my spiritual journey. I talk about what I'm going to be doing. I need to be open to everybody and see oneness, and that include our, putting in practice our principles that we have in unity. And then in order for me to do all of this, I need to set boundary and I need to take care of myself first, because if I don't take care of myself, I don't want to be able to help anybody. So taking care of myself include having a balance between my spirituality, my personal, my mental health. And in order to do that, I need to take vacation. I need to set boundaries. I need to eat well, and I need to rest. And one example of that, it was an experience that I experienced like in the last 2 weeks, where I need to say, no. There was no way. I don't need to be worried. I'm going to be trusting God because I received a call, and if God put me in here, He give me the way to move forward. So, and I had to pay attention to my age, not because I'm thinking about declining, but things that used to take me less time, it take me longer, and that is my reality. So I am aware of that. And then, so I take care of my personal care. For example, Wednesday is my day that I dedicate to my skin, my little hair, my nails, and all of that, And that gives me so much peace and happiness. But in general, I can say if unity work for me, bring peace and healing in my life and harmony, I can share that with others. And that is my intention. Thank you.
Well,
I don't know if you guys have any question.
yeah, I actually have a request, Millie. I was
Yes.
not able to see the vision board very much. So if you could do me a favor, starting at the very top and moving slowly down. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a second.
So I divided, I was able to explain first the center because that is me.
Yeah, Millie, we
It's
got
my I am.
Yeah, we got the
Okay.
explanation. Wonderful. I just wanted to see that what the board looked like.
You see, it's like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I say, oh, gonna be like look like a little messy, but I need to explain, and then you can understand. Maybe if you see it just like that, you don't wanna be thinking. You see?
If you could just, we don't need the explanation, just get it a little bit closer to the camera so we can actually see it, and then just move it very slowly. That's perfect. Thank you. Just keep moving it very slowly, and then back up again too.
Okay.
So we can see the top of it now.
Were you able to see the side, the right side first? This one, everything here?
Yeah, yes, I didn't see all the reading, but you gave us a great explanation. So that's good. I just wanted to see a closer look.
And I have there the word gratitude, because gratitude is one of the bigger prayer, and you know, so everything flow like that. And then I say, I am divine. And I say yes to God. Yes, God. And I'm responding to the calling. And then in my mind, I had to take, it includes my grown academic. Okay. So, and all the responsibility that come with it. Okay. And then life is without limit. If I put in practice and I recognize the presence of God, So here I put guide, the guidance of my thoughts in order to be transformed. See, right here. Can you see it? Okay, so I can't really make out the words so much, but I tell you what, you've given us a great job presenting this so that we could get the idea of what you had. So thank you so very much for that. And I really love the owl at the top signifying wisdom. Wisdom. Yes, and I love the idea of teaching opportunities around the world with your travel. I thought that was wonderful. And the list of resources too. It's a beautiful vision board. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, did anybody have any questions for Millie? And if you could raise your mechanical hand, because I've got it on speaker view, so I may not see you. But you raise your hand.
Oh, I can't find the mechanical hand yet.
Oh, well, that's okay. We got you. Go ahead and ask.
I just want to say, as a fellow elder, I really appreciated your putting in the part about age, not because we're in decline, we're in blooming and blossoming, and to get to learning to be more gentle with ourselves and allow for more spaciousness as we do what we need to do. So I want to thank you for that, Millie.
You're welcome, my dear. Thank you. And then the balance of the food, and then I mentioned vacation and spending more time in nature. I forgot to mention growing, because this is something that I do. I grow my vegetable and my fruit, and then I share with others too. And then I sing, because I believe that one of the biggest gifts that God has given us is the Mother Earth. So we need to take care of that and use it, being good steward. And that can save money in our pocket, and we eat good, so we're gonna be healthier.
Right.
Yes. Any other question?
I wanted to make a comment, not a question. Millie, I like the enthusiasm that you have in telling us about your vision board. You can see that you put a lot of good energy in putting it together. And the just saying that you're doing it with heart, in your heart for you and the others, that touched me when you said that. And I guess it's touching you back. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to be fair because I say I want to get rid of that. I know that I learned I don't have anything to be afraid. I'm not afraid, but I talking in public, even that I feel in my comfort zone talking with my classmate and my instructor, but still, you know, that's why I say, no, I want to just get rid of that.
The feeling is mutual, Millie, but I love the way you did it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful job, Millie. I mean, you can see that there's a lot of thought put into that. You really dived into it. So I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Yes, I try to make it shorter, but I say, thank goodness that I didn't cut because I have all the laminates, you know, separate, but I cannot get rid of those people because I want to include wholeness, you know? So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your patience and for your kindness and your love that you demonstrate me. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, who would like to go next?
I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Emily, that's a beautiful, beautiful work. I got confused with this assignment. So if looking at your work, I am really energized. But I know that next time I'm going to do a better work. What caught me there is your Wednesday. You said your Wednesdays are set aside for yourself. And that is a big lesson for me because I'm so busy that I really have the time to even take and still running the program, a lot on my table. So for you to say that Wednesday is set aside for yourself, I think that is a lesson that I really want to copy. I really want to do for myself. So your work is powerful and it's wonderful. I'm even scared of presenting my work, looking at your work. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we can hold for everybody here, that we do take that time out for self-care, whether it's on a Wednesday or throughout the week at any given time. But, you know, so, and we can hold together that vision of you as a teacher, Millie, the wise, compassionate, traveling teacher.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oof. Thank you, God.
Anybody would like to share next?
I don't mind going next and get it over with.
Okay.
When I read the assignment, I personally do a lot of vision boards for different reasons. They keep me focused, but they also help me clear what my vision is. What do I want? And where do I want to go in different areas? So I have one for 3 of the areas of my life, but I didn't have one for the teaching. And when you said that, I said, oh my God, I had to be honest, I don't like teaching. And I think teaching demands a lot from you. It demands that you are authentic, that you put your heart into it, but that you also have a commitment. And taking this class is changing that for me. Like I feel that I don't hate teaching. I just need to learn how to do that, how to be in the moment, and at the same time bring something to the participants and learn with them. So when you said that, I started to pray. And I said, I know what I want. And from one of the classes that I took with you, you know that one of my goals is to have a community for Latino community. But when I say Latino, it's not necessarily Latino. I just want a diversified community, that wherever I go is not only one language, that we can all mingle and learn together. So when I sat down and start praying about what is it that for me in teaching, how can I find myself in the teaching? The first picture that I got took over my whole, and I'm going to show it to you. I hope you can see it. This is a picture of people of all colors, all shapes and colors, ages, ethnicity, you name it. And you can see it by the white head, the gray hair, the different colors of the people. Because one thing about, even though I'm talking about Latino, within the Latino, we have all kinds of races, all kinds of culture. We have in common the language, but we are very different. So when I say Latino, I mean bringing everyone. And it's not necessarily that I want to focus on Latino, I'm learning. I just need to get better at my English so I can do it with the English speaking. So the first thing I thought was this here, I don't know if you said, it says welcome, and then the heart and views, meaning it's a community that welcome, a teaching that welcomes every view. I don't want to be, I'm not looking to be with students or participants that think like me, or they have the same ideas like me. I want to bring a new focus, a new idea, a new view about God, about spirit in their lives, in every area of their lives. And doing that is every class, I come with the intention that this is for every view. You don't have to think like me, and I hope you don't think like me, and that's why you're in the class. So I'm welcoming every view. And then my class is a game changer. Come with whatever idea you want. But I hope that when the class is over, you and I are changed by what went on in the class, because it's not only for me. Students are going to change me as well. And I hope that that means that I'm going to learn with them. So all views, life changer, and in every step with heart. Everything that is going to take place here, I'm doing it with the heart. And when I said that, I'm putting my heart there, and I know I'm going to find my student, my participant hearts. And when you have your hearts in a classroom, you're learning. Because I know if I'm not connected, I don't care how well you present. And it's not going to get to the student, to the participant. And when I bring a message like unity, oh my God, I want everyone to get it their own way, but I want them to be able to leave the class knowing that there's only one presence. If that's the only thing that they learn, and that's why I said diversity. Thank you.
Well, thank you to Nora. I actually loved the background with all the different people, all different races, and how you are so passionate about welcoming all perspectives as well. You know, that really came through. The other thing I really liked is that you included yourself as being changed by the class. That's such a great attitude in teaching spiritual principles. So thank you for that. And any other comments or questions?
I'm gonna say I enjoy your presentation, and I can see your heart there too. And also, like you see in mine, I have la palabra diaria. It meaning in English is the daily word. So because I am like you in your connection, you know, both language, English and, you know, and Spanish. And then I see you there, and I'm sorry, I do not agree with you. You just you say you don't like teach, but then you camouflage that because I see you like a real teacher, and I have
Wow.
learned a lot from you, and your
Thank
heart is there. So just be aware of that.
Thank you.
You are a natural teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just going to quickly say that I love the way that you built on top of the concept. You know what I'm saying? You used the picture as your base and you just kind of built on top of that. So that really shows like from where your thoughts are coming and how they're kind of growing out of it.
Shystine, did you have a comment or question?
Just a comment. I really do appreciate also your enthusiasm, Denora, and your openness and desire to grow as a teacher with your class, because those are the best teachers, the ones that are actually growing themselves. Also, the fact that you not only want to teach, but you want to learn from a diverse ethnicities and diverse backgrounds. And so that'll make you an even more well-rounded teacher, and the class will be more enriching. So thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
I loved the simplicity of it, and yet it was comprehensive. And and the center of it is your enthusiasm and your heart and your willingness to change and grow and evolve. That was just so lovely.
Thank you.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Can I go next, Reverend Sandy?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is there a way I can share my screen?
If I can figure it out. Hang on for a second.
Okay.
Let's
You
see.
can allow her to as well.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's just.
It looks like
I'm
it
gonna,
might
I'm
let
gonna
me.
make. Okay, I'm making you co-host. I know you can then.
Okay, let me see. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
We
I'm
don't
gonna-
see what's on there.
Black.
I'm gonna
Oh, now we
share
do.
too.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let me move my controls out of the way there. Okay, they are bothering me. 1 second. Okay, so this is my vision board. I put them in like little, like the old Polaroid camera pics. First, I would like to continue to teach small groups. I appreciate the intimacy that we have when it's just a few, a few up to 10 people in our small group sessions. We seem to learn more and continue to be more open with each other. So I would like to grow in teaching small groups. I also would like to lead and organize retreats where we spiritual retreats, health retreats where we just get away and relax, and I guess you could say self-care retreats. And so I would like to lead and create those types of retreats. And also in health and wellness, I'm really big on exercise and eating right. And so I want to encourage others to do the same thing. And some of the ways to do that is to teach classes and teach others about simple things you can do to better your health. And it will help me grow and learn as well. And so I would like to have health and wellness sessions where we learn how to eat and, exercise together in small groups, things like that, things that are fun. Next, I have mental health centers, and I know those that are that deal with mental challenges are often forgotten about. And so I would like to somehow facilitate a way to help in mental health centers. I really don't have a great idea on exactly how I will do that. My spouse is in mental health, and so I see some of the challenges with those that are in need. And so I want to find a way to assist in that area. It might be with sponsoring those that want to go to psychologists and that need help. I'm not sure exactly how, but this is my vision, so I'll be guided when the time is right. And then next, we have books. I do want to author a few books. I think that when you write, you not only see your growth years from now, but it also helps to teach a message 100 years later, even when we're no longer in existence. And so I would like to author books. And then movie and TV production. I actually have a YouTube channel, not related to this, but I have a YouTube channel and I've done TV, or I've done production before. I can do short films and clips and things like that. And I've edited documents or edited video. So I would like to do that from a spiritual perspective and create videos and movies and television shows that can be of assistance and tell stories geared from a spiritual perspective that can help to teach others about their own divinity. And then I would like to continue on with public speaking to larger audiences, small groups, larger audiences, whoever wants to listen to me. And I also desire to travel the world, spreading this message about our oneness and our divinity, and then to continue to do virtual events. And I just have this quote here: hold on to the vision and trust the process, because in order to do this, it will be a continued process of self-development for myself and growth. And so that is my vision board.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Shastine, I would like to tell you that if you notice in the mental health picture, you have the flowers kind of growing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of it, it's just going to grow. If with the other stuff, you've already put it there. It's going to grow and materialize and bloom. So.
Thank you.
Well, I want to jump in here and tell you, I love this big vision that you have. And I see that you have so many gifts to share with the world. And I'm going to put it out there. If you're ever in the DC area, you are speaking at my church, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pat, and then Millie.
I will echo also that it is a big and wonderful vision, and I love your energy, and I love the precision of your different aspects of your vision and how you presented them. And with that precision, I just can feel in here that you're going to actualize and manifest it.
Thank you.
Hey, Millie?
I embrace your vision.
Thank you.
And you are in my prayer already. And I know that is coming true, because your presentation was so natural so you are convinced that you can do it. So yes, you trust God, but you have self-confidence, and that is important too. So you don't need to look outside. So you have it. Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Oh, Nosipo?
Hi, hello everyone. Sorry,
Hello,
I came in a bit late. I didn't greet. Hello from a little bit of chilly Durban, South Africa. Shastine, what a beautiful presentation. I'm actually blown away, because I am like the level of clarity that's in there. I've actually in my head mentalized that my presentation that I'm going to offer today is my first draft of my vision of being a teacher, and not the final one, because absolutely clear, absolutely to the point, and really absolutely just fine tuning the different angles that you're going to hit this at. And it's there. I see it in your poise. I see it in the level at which you're speaking about it, that this is something that has been brewing for a very long time, and it's actualizing slowly day by day. And it's not something that's just a thought in the mind and a dream somewhere in the clouds, but something that you're actually working on each and every day. Beautiful
you.
eyes. I've never seen you without your glasses. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, who would like to go next?
Yeah, I want to go.
Okay, Matimi, do you need to, are you sharing a screen or do you?
No, no, not at all. I refuse to be intimidated by Millie's presentation, tasting presentation, and Dinora, yeah. So I'm going to do my own way, in my own thing, in my own way. So actually, I was a little bit confused with this assignment. So I had to call Nosifo from South Africa. So as I asked her to help me, what is it all about? And she explained it to me. So I was able to grasp what it's all about, what was required of me to present it today. And I don't have any picture. What I did was to cut a cardboard and write the words, the things that I really intend to do. So please, no picture, no nothing. Well, that is the only way I can do that, because I don't know how to draw. I'm not good in drawing at all. So I just wrote boxes. And it is all about me. I think this is my journey. When I started back, I hope you are seeing it. And I titled my vision, Oneness. Oneness. And it all started when I was quite young. I was in my 20s when I got to know Unity. I had this wonderful teacher, one reverend, he's late now, that taught me and some other persons lessons in truth. And that was a big point, a major development in my life. So I'm starting from there, just like I've been talking about our assignments. My topic or the book I choose is Lessons in Truth, because I started with it. And my responsibility, just like others have empowered me, is to be a resource person, to people who come across my way, not just my church members, because my vision is to go beyond. I'm looking at my community that is so bedeviled with negativity and race beliefs and the race consciousness that have really bedeviled the community. So it's for me to engage them. It's for me to encourage the truth, word of truth. So I see myself as a channel, as a resource person that will be able to encourage and engage the people I will encounter on my way as I progress in this journey. And I have my class here. You can see it. My class of people. It can be a big class, it can be a small class. No matter where I find myself, I want to be the guide. I'm not going to force it on anybody, but I want to be this platform for a change, because through Unity, my life changed. Through so many ministers along the way, including you, Reverend, my life have changed for the better. I'm a better person, a better position. So my idea is to be that channel, to be that platform that I can be of help to people who want to listen, to people who want to hear, to people who want their lives to be transformed. And when we use God's word, the word of truth, and we will now let go of our race beliefs and our race consciousness that has bedeviled my community, they will open up. That will transform us to be empowered spiritually. I am empowered spiritually, I am bold spiritually, and I see God as being bold and being empowered spiritually, whereby they'll be able to claim their freedom, whereby they will see the transformation physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally in their own lives, just like I have seen my own transformation to be where I am today. Their lives too will be transformed. And I am that platform, I am that channel, I am that instrument of God to do that to my community. And finally, when that transformation takes place, we experience freedom. You're no longer afraid, just like I am no longer afraid of the cockroaches or the wall geckos, of the birds. You will no longer be afraid. I want to be that channel. Then at that point, you will now realize and affirm that the Father and I are one. That is my affirmation at the bottom. The Father and I are one in the Christ consciousness. Blessings.
Love it. Beautiful.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, Imotimi. And let me just say, you have very neat handwriting. And I don't, you know, I'm glad that you did it this way. It was very clear, and I love the words that you chose. To be a resource person, to encourage, to engage, to encourage. You know, these are beautiful, beautiful qualities in a teacher, and I see that already in you. So very, very nicely done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Imotimi, I love the originality. You show your capacity to adapt and do the best with what you have. And that's a great resource for teacher. Use what you have. I love it. I love your idea that you're coming to encourage and be a guide and engage them all at the same time. But to me, the originality and your ability to adapt, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Millie?
I will say, Imotini, you really inspires me because, you know, I was just like this. And I said, you catch my attention because it's like I need to be fully present because she is talking from her heart and she's talking about her life. And then you want to share your transformation and you want me to see what you have gained to share with the world. That is beautiful. This is a beautiful gift. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Okay.
I'll just say, Imotimi, I also loved your integrity in working with what felt right to you and what you had on hand, and also your theme of transformation, which was shared with so much authenticity that it's contagious. And that's going to be a big talent, a big thing you'll spread as a teacher.
Thank you.
And Imotimi, the fact that you weren't sure of what to do, okay, 9 times out of 10, teachers aren't sure what to do, but you reached out and got what you needed. You know, that was awesome.
And I forgot to mention that with your presentation, you really demonstrate that you are a good steward because you use the resources that you have. So you recognize what you have and you use it properly to do what you have to do. So you reach out to the person that are available. This is something that we all need to do when we need help. We need to speak up, you know, and that is beautiful. And I am happy that you find the right person, but I know that you can I will tell you, you can count, I'm sure that you can come with all of us. So you reach
Thank
out
you.
and this is what we need to do.
Thank you.
And then, you know, it's easier. Yes, effective
Yeah.
communication, good steward of your resources. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if you know, but you know, if you go into Orban, you can find a student's name and email them. So just like Millie was saying, that if you needed something, you wanted to reach out to somebody, you could find a student's name, you know, or maybe message in the forum, but they might miss it. But if you email them, they probably would see it.
Thank
for
you.
that. And I did want to note, I appreciate you saying that you weren't clear on the assignment, because that tells me I need to give more direction there. So thank you for that. It was an assumption of mine that everybody knew what I was talking about, and I can't assume. So thank you. That will be corrected moving forward.
Thank you.
And you know, one of the things that is beauty, that we need to have more connection within each other, because for me, it's been very helpful communicating with Dinora. You know, she's been very helpful to me. That's why I say I don't agree with you that you're not a good that you're not a teacher. So, but I know I may not have a lot to offer, but feel free to contact me. That whatever I have, I share. You know, I can, you know, I can. So feel free, any of you. Because I mean, this is why we are all one. And I love the way that you say that, you know, that God and I are one. And that is beautiful, because this is a beautiful awareness.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Moving right along, who would like to go next?
It's either me or you, Nosifo.
Or Jamie?
Oh, Jamie too. There's three. I'll go.
Okay.
Just to move things along. Well, I must tell you that I heard about this. Of course, I found out about the assignment on Wednesday, and I worked Thursday and Friday, and I needed to be ready by today. And on Wednesday, I went, oh, crumb. And I did that for two reasons. One, because of that, and two, because in school growing up, I was art phobic. And the reason for that is that I felt like my survival depended on making all A's, and I could never make A's in art because the assignments were always to draw exactly as possible the picture that the teacher put up. So, but then what happened is this assignment really showed me how much of my perfectionism I've released, because Wednesday night, God kept showing me this picture of a vision board. And I had a little space between my clients, no, kind of a broad space in the morning. And I don't subscribe to magazines, because I never read them, no matter what a good idea there. So I had no magazines with no pictures. And I have a dollar store 3 minutes away. God said, go to the dollar store. And I found myself feeling so playful at the dollar store instead of, I gotta do this homework. I got into my little kid with play and joy and fun and experimentation with what I had at the dollar store. So, and mine turned out to be an abstract vision board. And here it is. And so in the middle, there's my Christ consciousness connected with God. And these are bubbles. And these bubbles represent groups and individuals throughout the whole universe. And there's little conduits that start from our bubble inside. You probably can't see, but these are sort of love puffs. I was looking for little hearts, but they didn't have any little hearts. So what are these going to be? These are going to be big energy puffs of love. So they're leaking out, and then they spread to other groups like this. And so that the love through teaching, the love spreads and spreads and spreads through the universe till we have a better world. And these are, the blue is like the universe, and it's also the sea of collective consciousness. So these are the positive energy waves running through the sea of the collective consciousness as we share the love and share the teaching. That's mine.
Wow. And you don't have art, you say.
Oh, I'm just so grateful for the transformation for me.
Oh, Pat,
my goodness.
you really dove into this assignment, even though you were hesitant to, and what you created was something really beautiful and special, I thought. I love the idea of the sea of collective consciousness, which is what it means metaphysically, and that the unity teachers and you specifically are injecting positivity in it because it's your vision board, you know. And I mean, how powerful is that? You know, you are shifting the collective consciousness, you know. So great idea with the bubbles. I could see it emanating from the Christ consciousness and going everywhere, you know. Just it's just, I don't know, it's just very well done. So thank you for that, Pat.
Yeah, the vision I saw was like when we throw a pebble or a rock into a pond, and it spreads and spreads and spreads like that. And that's how we wake up the world, you know?
Yeah. And you don't know, I mean, one person can make such a difference, even though maybe we only teach a small group, but that group goes out and teaches other, and you just never know how the impact of the world on the world. So, oh, it's a great reminder. Thank you. Yeah. Any other comments for Pat? Yes, Justine.
I think that was so cool, Pat. Just to be able to first have the vision to see the different objects that you can use and to put them together in such a way. The cool thing about it being abstract is that as you grow, so will your vision of that abstract board grow, and it can be used forever because you see different things in it. And so I think that was really cool, along with the sea of consciousness expanding and growing, and it was just awesome. So great job.
Thank you. And I like that notion that the sea, that the vision can expand since it's abstract. Thank you. That's a gift, Justine. Thank you. Yeah.
And for me, what I take and what I love about this is how you took a personal process from the past and made it current to make it powerful, and not allowing the past to
Interfere.
and direct your action today, and saying, no, that's not who I am, this is who I am. And you went and did what you needed to do, and in the process you created this beautiful image of yourself expanding, that consciousness expanding. And like Justine was saying, not only today, but who knows for how many years and for how wide it will go. That's a great inspiration. Thank you.
Yeah, and you know, if we hadn't had this assignment, I mean, my superconscious and my subconscious must have been working on this without my awareness, because it wasn't an instant. You know, it's just like, oh, there's no perfectionism here. This is fun, you know. So the assignment was a gift. Thank you, Denora. Yeah.
Good. Beautiful.
Okay. Janie or Nasibo?
You want to go? Or you want me to go? You want to go?
You can go ahead. I'll go
Okay.
last because I was in
So I need to share my screen if that's okay.
Yep.
Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, awesome. So this is Janie Marie's teaching vision board. And it starts out with love, because my heart is just big, and I'm just always giving and continuing that flow of love. The picture with the people actually looking down in a circle is actually me looking up and raising my consciousness in order to meet them, in order to meet their needs, in order to, be that teacher. As my daughter and her friends found out that I was going to be studying to be a minister, one of her friends said, "Your mother's going to be a preacher?" She said, "No, she's a teacher." I said, "What do you mean?" She's a teacher of love. That's what she said. She's just teaching love. So it's me raising my consciousness even more to teach the love that's in my heart. I love learning strategies. I love figuring out ways to meet the needs of the students or the participants, because no group is ever the same. No group, you can teach the same lesson or the same topic, and it's just never the same. There's always a difference. And I have, I love group work, and I love interaction, and I love people getting together and learning. In the middle, I have my teaching congregation place, because I see myself as a minister and teaching, not preaching, but just teaching. As I move down, my teaching encompasses technology and lectures and collage of ideas and participation, music, art, writing, discussion. So that's why all of these pictures are together, because they all encompass the teaching. Because my teaching is lively living through divine order, which enriching life. And as I leave every situation, as I leave every person, every place, every room, I leave it with peace. And that's it.
That was beautiful. That was really, truly beautiful. And I see you as this teacher. And I feel like even though I'm a pulpit minister, I really teach instead of preach. I don't know, you can tell me, if watch one of the church's videos and let me know, but I think I teach instead of preach. So I can see you doing that. Lively living through divine order. And what was the last?
Life. Enriching life.
Yes. That's a
so
wonderful.
Actually, I made my lesson debut in April. The minister went away, and I opened my mouth and said, "Well, why can't one of the prayer chaplains do it?" And they were like, "Okay." So, and I've been asked to speak again in July. Actually next Sunday, the 23rd. So I will be giving the lesson on the 23rd.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And also the idea of you intentionally raising your consciousness to meet the needs of your students. That's so important. And you just, you found the perfect photo to kind of describe that too.
It just hit me. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful job. And I'll extend the same invitation out. If you're in the DC area, actually any of you, let me know. You can come and teach at my church.
Thank you. I would love to add that I love the way that you mentioned in terms of the different way of teaching, combining the technology, hands-on and all of that. That is important too, because that allows more creativity to the students. That is very powerful. Thank you for sharing that.
I like that you see your calling as a teacher, that you know that. And it's so clear, and I'm so grateful for your commitment to that and how you'll spread. And also, I was inspired when you said, "Oh, you like different teaching methodologies," because sometimes I feel like I'm having to, I don't know, work to get to those, but you excited me with the creativity in that. Thank you.
And it was great great, first of all. But I liked where you said, where you talked about the different learning strategies that you put it on the board so that you can remember to continue to incorporate different strategies. But first, that you led with love, that you want to be a teacher of love, because that expands beyond the classroom. And so the fact that you put that on the board shows that your heart is already full of love, and that's what you continue. That's what you want to be your legacy.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
So true. Thank you.
I
Okay.
want to reiterate the part about love. Even as you were presenting your vision board, I was looking at your face, and you look so lovely, could be the word, like so much in love with what you were seeing and feeling.
Yeah.
Like this is what I really feel, and this is what I really want. And I do, like Reverend Sandy was saying, I do see you as a teacher. Like I see you in how I said, infused in the teaching, not so much in the although when you preach, you actually teaching, but it's the way that it's presented, the way you present it here, not only with the picture but verbally. When you were doing it, I was looking at your face. I said, wow, she's really into what she's saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Millie?
I will
Yes.
say that your loving presence is so contagious. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh,
That's gonna make me
yeah.
cry. See, I didn't want to be like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna cry like that.
I love those Zoom meetings because it's so beautiful. You see all the things that we gain from each other. You know, we miss that opportunity in the discussion because it's not the same. The connection with the face and the expression is so. Thank you, Reverend Sandy, for doing the Zoom.
Yes.
You guys,
I
you guys
love
have,
it.
this is my pleasure. I mean, it really is, just to get together with all of you. So, Imotimi, did you have something that you wanted to say?
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to say something like what Dinora said. That I didn't even look at the boards. There is something about her face. And maybe the background with the flowers. On her face. There's something, maybe the background or whatever, that glow. To me, so I didn't even see what you presented in what the board or whatever, but I was so engrossed inside. So thank you. You know that energy, that's I don't know how to describe it, but I think Denora captured it very well. That's beautiful. I think your teacher, I mean your students and every other person will definitely feel that energy that comes from that within you, from that soft spokenness and all that you embrace, that vibration. I felt it here in Nigeria. So keep it on. That was awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
It comes from the heart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, our last presentation.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you,
Nasibo.
everybody. I'm going to share my screen, but before I do that, I just wanted to give a little bit of context. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
So I discovered Unity 2 years ago, actually. And coincidentally, at that time, I had been laid off of work due to COVID and all of the interesting things that happened, the shifts that happened at that time. So when I discovered Unity, I was just starting my spiritual journey and I was figuring out what it is that I was going to do with my life going forward, because I knew there and then I was not going back into conventional work where I had worked in hospitality for 12 years. I knew it was over, and it wasn't over because the job ended, but it was my time to move on into something more meaningful. So
Wow.
I searched, and in meditation, actually, I got the sense to teach, and I knew deeply that teaching was going to be something I do, because I had taken myself through various stages of my life which were challenging, which I knew I had the tools that other people needed. So in me, even before I enrolled, even before I knew that there was Unity, I was going to teach. So when Unity came into the picture, and I said, I emailed the Unity School asking for a bursary, and I didn't even have a church at the time. And they said they didn't have a bursary, but I knew that I was going to study at Unity. I don't know how, but I knew. And then I came into finding a church, which is not close to me, unfortunately. I'm a virtual member of this church. It's in another state. So my journey into ministry is a very unconventional one. I do not have a church. I do not really participate in much of actively teaching people, but I have an online platform, which is the space that I've been able to birth this teaching goal of mine, and to articulate my ideas, which has been very challenging. I didn't even think it would be this challenging, but it's been very challenging to articulate. But the vision board that you see here, as I said, is a first draft of what will now morph into something more concise and something more clear. Let me just share the screen with you. Hopefully I'll be able to share. I'm using my phone, so I'm not sure if it'll be handy. I need to go into a folder. Can you see?
We see.
Not yet.
Okay.
We see your face.
Okay, it's loading something. This is my first time doing it, so I hope it.
Good for you for being brave in that way.
Just a moment.
You could do it too, Pat. You saw how you did art.
Thank you, Jenny Marie.
You can email me. I'll teach you.
Mama.
There's a picture of a woman there. Is that it?
No, she turned her camera off, I think.
Oh,
You
okay.
went
I'm
off.
just going to
That
the
might
app.
because that might so that it can load quicker, probably.
Got you.
It may be the internet connection.
Just a moment. I do apologize.
Oh, no worries, no worries. We can hang out.
Nocifo, could you email it to Reverend Sandy and
Yeah,
she present it?
I can do that. I can put it, if you email it to me.
Right, and then because it might be easier for her to present.
Can you see it?
Just,
is there anything that's on the screen?
No, and I will tell you, it doesn't say that you're sharing screen either. And usually it says, you know, when someone is sharing.
Do you have to give her permission, Reverend Sandy?
I don't think I do, but I can make her a co-host and see if that helps.
Okay, let me just go on there.
Yeah, she need to be the co.
Well, I didn't make Janie a co-host and she was able to do it, so.
Oh, yeah, right.
She need that, yes, in order to do it.
no, she shouldn't. Right? No,
Well,
Nocifo, I think you should email it to Reverend Sandy.
Okay, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, do you have my personal email?
Nope.
Okay, just send it to. Are you ready? Oh, here, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Oh, it looks like it's doing something.
Oh, wait,
Oh, it
it's
is.
coming.
Yes, we see you.
It just needed time.
Perseverance, that works.
Thank you so much for everybody cheering me on there. So this is my vision board. We'll start from the left going to the right with the picture here of the many ladies. My call is to teach and inspire and to draw out in women, young women, their potential. And that is my thing that I want to focus on in terms of teaching. It's women in my community, online, wherever that anybody is receptive to hearing the truth within the words that I say about their divinity, and practically demonstrating that divinity in their life through taking practical steps. Hence, you see the word there, practical. It's a group of ladies. I have a special affinity with community around women, particularly because I'm not sure yet, and I haven't really dived deep into me in my subconscious to actually figure out where exactly the yearning is, but there's a sense of belonging, and there's a sense of wanting a woman-based community to be a part of, to nurture, and to have as part of my growth process going on the spiritual journey and going into this teaching journey that I will have. There is a picture there in the left-hand corner of it was meant to be like the cycle, the butterfly, the cocoon's cycle there, where it's like you're morphing into the version of yourself that you want to become. That is what I want to inspire in women through these principles that I'm learning and articulating. And part of the core message for me that resonates with me deeply is translating these principles into actionable steps, which they already are, practical steps for women to take in their lives that they see value in for the stage of life they're in. Obviously, meditation is a big part of this, because finding myself and knowing my divinity stemmed from having a consistent religious, actually, a practice of meditation that I do without fail every day, twice a day, 30 minutes each. So that is a big belief of mine that I want to take forward to anybody that I interact with. Moving forward, I want to get these women, this tribe, this network of women to be ready for life and not to wait like I did for those moments where life gets challenging, to actually start preparing spiritually, mentally, physically for life to have different stages in them, and be ready with the necessary tools for them to know what to do as their stop, drop, and roll procedure. Obviously, I want to also be that guide. You see the people there with the tour guide looking lady. That is me. I am the tour guide, because I am teaching from my own direct experience and the lessons that I've taken from Unity to demonstrate this truth in practical ways that they resonate with, that shows them where to go and how to get there for their lives directly. I want to also incorporate a lot of play. As you see the kids there, that is reminding me, because I sometimes get into a fixation mode of actually trying to understand the principles and trying to understand all of this knowledge, that I don't tap into that kid energy of just exploration and just enjoying the process of learning. I want to inspire the balance of mind and heart, and knowing that we are both spirit and also have a physical dimension to us, and these are meant to be in balance and not one superseding the other. So we have to find our own unique balance in that. And then a big part of the learning, I will end with this because I feel like I'm going a bit over time, but the last part of things is that learning to unlearn, that it has been the biggest lesson for me up until now, that sense of letting go of things that we do not have to hang on to know what is ours to take on as new beliefs, as new ways of being, as new habits for ourselves in order to move forward in life. And I want to foster that energy of learning and being okay and being open to letting go and learning things that we don't need to have anymore as beliefs, as ways of being within ourselves that do not move us towards the life that we want to live. And overall, impact, inspire, empower. Those are my words.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I love the clarity in which you have to reach out to young women and help them transform their lives, or give them the tools to transform their lives just, and to impact, empower, inspire. Yeah, the clarity is fantastic. Also, that practical steps, you know, just being very clear that that's what you're offering to those whom you teach. I love that you included play in there, and also the balance, you know, both important pieces. Well done indeed. Any other comments or questions? Justine.
First, Nosifo, I always appreciate your enthusiasm and your joy, and it just oozes out of you. It's just so prevalent, and so and your excitement. So thank you for that. I also liked the testimony that you gave at the beginning of your presentation. It was very, very beautiful. I liked where you said learning to unlearn, and that's part of the growth process. As teachers, as individuals, as we grow, we have to unlearn things that are hindering. And thank you for mentioning that and including that on your board. And then I also liked where you said where you talked about playing. That was really good. Overall, it was wonderful. So thank you for your presentation and for your delivery as well.
Janie?
The bottom right picture that shows the thoughts going from one mouth to the brain, that's how, you know, and like Millie said, it's that interaction, it's that learning, it's that talking back and forth that we get so much from each other. And just to include that, you know, shows, you know, how much that is a part of you. So that touched me.
Millie?
Nosifo, your presentation was outstanding, beautiful, inspiring. And one of the things that catch my attention was the practical way in terms of transformation, the process, and the interaction in terms of play. And that applied to everybody because everybody have the child within. So it doesn't matter, you know, through play, I gain a lot, and it's hands-on, you know, it is a beautiful tool for us to use. Thank you. And the balance of the heart and the mind, the way that we think in terms of the action, that was also powerful, and learning and unlearning. Beautiful message. Thank you. Because sometimes people believe, you know, and I know because I used to teach, and I have coworkers that they used to, they always were mentioning that they don't have anything to learn. They think that they have because they have the control in terms of process in the classroom. They were too tight not to allow the student to express their idea. And I think that if we don't allow the student to express, we don't learn from them, you know?
Thank you, Millie. Imotimi. You're muted.
Nosifo, that your presentation is powerful, and I want to encourage you that I embrace it. I support you with all prayers. I think we need more vibrant, energetic young men in Africa to do this work. And I've said before that I didn't know that you're this young. So I'm so happy that you embrace it. You're just open to be led by spirit. And I'm supporting you on this mission, especially reaching out to women. It's very important in our culture and tradition that women are always at the backbone of things. So I'm supporting you with prayers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I agree with Justine that I loved your starting out with your own story. That was a very effective use of storytelling. And your idea about that you can inspire young women to maybe not necessarily wait until there's a big crisis like a job loss in their lives. You have that power because of your own experience. So I loved how you used your experience and will continue to use it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Iwatimi, I see your hand is still up. Was there something else you wanted to add?
No, not at all. I'm done.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, Pat.
Reverend Sandy, I have a practical question. If we're, when the time is right, I have a practical question.
Okay, let's see if there's any other comments for Nosifo or questions. Okay, let's open up to Pat's question.
Well, it's about the homework, the final project. I love the idea of sharing it. And once again, I feel like I don't know how the technology works upon which we will share it, because like I have a number of handouts. So do we post that we can't post that I
You
know.
know, I tell you what, because the technology does not really add itself to uploads so well, unless I figure out how to do that. Let's go ahead, if you have handouts, or if your final project is too big to post on the discussion board, then go ahead and email that to me. And actually using my personal email is going to make it a little bit easier, and I can send it out to everybody so that they can see it if you want to share it. If you don't want to share it, that's fine. Just let me know and it will be yours, you know, exclusively. That's quite all right. But if you're okay with sharing this final project, what I've done for years is to send it out as a graduation present to the those students who are graduating from UUMS, who graduated last month from UUMS, and those who got ordained as well. So some of them have taken this class, so they have contributed to, you know, having their work as part of a graduation present as well. So just let me know. If you don't want to share it, that's perfectly all right. You know, but if you're willing to.
I'm
What's that?
sorry.
Go ahead.
Can we like decide on sharing it later?
Yes. Yes, you may.
I want to, but then I don't know.
Yeah, I understand, because you work hard on this, you know. So yeah, you can certainly let me know.
And
Reverend Sandy.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Can we share it can we share with one another?
Okay, since there's so many possibilities, you're gonna have to let me know if you don't want to share it with just the graduates, or if you don't want to share it with anyone. If you say you don't want to share it with anyone, that's fine. But if you want to share it with the class, you have to let me know, you know, where your comfort level is on this.
We can share with both if we want to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
For me, whatever I do, you can share too. I'm giving you my answer now.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And
What
go ahead, Nora. Go ahead.
What I wanted to say is, I don't mind sharing with the class, with the condition that you're going to make a comment as to what I need, not what I want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to learn from this experience. This is new for me. So when you read it, I will appreciate a comment as to what can I do to improve it. Because what I'm giving you is the best that I can do right now, but I know that in the future I can do better. So I appreciate the comments as to how I can improve.
So just to go over this final project with, you know, so that everybody's clear, I'm looking for a class with lesson plans for 5 to 8 weeks. And you already know that. The list of the textbooks included, as well as the objective. And then for each week, your lesson plan, and as much detail as possible. You know, if you have a discussion, what are the discussion questions, or what's the focus of that discussion? If you show a video, I want to see the link to the video in it. If you're sharing a reading, put the reading in there. You know, if it's a scripture, put the scripture verse in there. You know, so that when I'm reading, I can get a really good feel for how that class is going to be. Okay. And also, if you share it, the next person reading it can say, oh, this is a fantastic class. I want to teach this, and I'm going to send this person a tithe check. I don't know if that happens or not, but okay.
Thank you, Rick.
Okay. Well, this has been quite delightful. I love the Zoom meetings that we have in this class, the meditation one, and my phone is ringing, excuse me, there we go. And as well as this one, because it just helps us get to know each other better and really connect, I feel. So thank you all for being part of this. And if there are no more questions, let's do a prayer of gratitude and we shall leave. Anybody feel like leading a prayer?
I'll
I
do it.
will. Oh, okay, go ahead, Janie Marie.
Right, no, who said?
You will.
I'm gonna unmute so my parrot doesn't interrupt.
All right. So let's just take a moment and focus our energy within. Breathing and inhaling this wonderful awareness. The awareness that we gained together, sharing our hearts, sharing our love, and sharing our knowledge. Divine Spirit, we take these gifts and we allow them to move forth as energy, blessing all with whom we come in contact. It radiates from us and then allows all of us to be one with the Spirit. We let go and we let God, knowing that all is divine. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. Thank
Beautiful
you.
prayer. Thank you.
Beautiful, Jamie.
Thank you.
Do you go by
Thank
Jamie,
you.
Jamie Marie? How do you get called?
My first name is Janie Marie because my mother couldn't make up her mind. But everybody calls me Janie.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, my friends, it's been delightful seeing you. Have a wonderful rest of day and a fantastic service tomorrow, whether you're leading it or just being in one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
all.
All right.
Thank
We
you. Bye-bye.
continue working hard.
Playing hard.
Be in compliance.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.